Yes. What is going on, beautiful people? I am Jose, and I am the Cropped Sensor photographer. Today, we're talking about aperture. Yes, you. Yes, you could get professional looking photographs out of your crop sensor camera, your entry-level DSLR, and you ain't gotta go full frame. I know I've seen it everywhere on message forums, videos. You need full frame to be a professional. I don't want to hear all that. You can get professional quality pictures, images, and video out of that entry-level crop sensor DSLR. Yeah, you are the artist. The camera, it's just a tool. All right, enough of that. Today we're talking about aperture. If you are a professional photographer already, go ahead and like the button. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and comment below. But otherwise, you might as well move on to the next video because this one is not for you. This is for those beginners who want to be like you. Aperture. F-stop. The little hole in your lens so light could come through. That's what we're talking about today. To get that creamy background blur that you always looking at in these pictures, you're like, how can I get that? Some of you not able to get that with your phone, so you say, hey, I got this new DSLR and I'm trying to make it happen, whether pictures or video. That's what we're talking about today. First and foremost, the aperture is represented by an F number. That F number, it will determine how wide or how closed your iris on your lens would be. Let's get down to the basics. The wider the iris, the more light is coming in. Sounds simple enough. The more closed the iris is, the less light is coming in. Wide, more light. Close, less light. Wide, more light. Close, less light. All right, that's pretty simple, right? Well, this has been one of the hardest things for me to learn when I first picked up my first DSLR. Second part. Wide, less is in focus. Closed, more is in focus. Let's do that again. Wide, less is in focus. Closed, more is in focus. I know you're like, oh my goodness. Yeah, we're going a little bit deeper with this one. Think about it like this. All of us been to school. We sat in the classroom with somebody who couldn't see. We might have been one of those people who couldn't see. So if you're sitting in the middle row or in the back row and you couldn't see, what do? Think about it. Yes, you squint. You squint. Why do you think you're squinting? It's human nature. We all do it. We squint because we're trying to see the chalkboard or whatever is in front of us and put it into focus. But of course, when you're squinting, less light is coming through. When you think about the sun and you squint your eyes because it's so bright, less light is coming through. It's the same principle, but you're doing it in class because you're trying to see the chalkboard. So when you think about the iris of your lens and it closing up, think about it as getting more focus. I don't know why nobody taught me this. This is something that would have been very helpful. It would have been a better imagery for me to learn about this thing we call aperture, but neither here nor there. So again, remember, wide, more light. Closed, less light. Wide, less in focus. Closed, more in focus. Let's go check something out real quick. This will give you a brief idea about aperture. What I'm gonna do is use this D3400. I want you to only focus on the F number in the middle. As of right now, based off of this lens, this is a f1.8 lens. That is the maximum aperture for this lens. The white in the middle represents how much light is coming into that lens and hitting the sensor. As I scroll the wheel, the number gets bigger, but the white circle in the middle gets smaller. Again, the higher the number goes, the smaller that hole is in the middle, or the iris. All the way up to this guy will go to F16. Some of them will go F22 or higher. I'm gonna go back the other way. So if we go, right now we're on F71, 4.5. As you notice, again, the hole gets bigger back to 1.8. It works the exact opposite. So again, that f1.8, some of them will go to f1.2. Some will go to f1.4. This one goes to f1.8. The smaller the number, the wider the opening. The bigger the number, the smaller the opening. As well as what happens again, like we were saying, if you're looking at a smaller iris or a larger number, more will be in focus, but less light is coming through. If I take it to a lower number, more light is coming through, yet what we're looking at, less will be in focus. So I just want to give you an idea, a diagram of what's going on when we're talking about the aperture or the iris on the front of your lens and what's happening. Well, it's not really on the front, it's inside your lens, but this is what's happening. All right, so I took the lens off of the D3300. This is actually a Nikkor 50mm 1.8G lens, and I want to show you how opening the aperture really looks on the lens. So if I hit this lever, it opens up very wide. This will be indicative of 1.8, f1.8. This one will be showing f16. Again, less light will be coming through. 1.8, more light coming through. f16, less light. 1.8, more light, less in focus. f16, less light, more in focus. Again, think about the squinting. When you squint your eyes, less light is coming through so you can see further, so you can get a focus on the chalkboard or whatever you were looking at. More light coming through, less light. Right here I have the Kirkland purified water. In the back I have the kit lens Nikon DX 18 to 35mm. As you see, the Kirkland water is in focus while the Nikon DX VR kit lens is not. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the focus real quick so you can see it. Now you see them back there, and what happens is the Kirkland water purified water bottle is now out of focus. So what I'm gonna do is change the aperture so you will be able to see what is going on with both of them being sort of in focus. All right, as you can see, we have the water bottle in focus, and we have a good focus on you can now see what's going on with the Nikon lens that we have back there on the table as well. Both of them are pretty much in focus. I'm currently shooting at an f11, as you can see, so the iris has been closed down. Also, to compensate for it being darker, I had to increase my ISO because currently my ISO is at 800. When I first took the first video, we were looking at 100. Again, looking at both of them comparatively, this one will be f11. This one is at f1.8. This one is f11. This one is f1.8. Just to use these two variables to show you when you close down the aperture, more is in focus, or when you open it up. Hope this helps out a lot. Yes, so as you can see, when we took the pictures of the water bottle, how that was in focus when we were at the 1.8, yet the camera lens in the background was out of focus. It was blurred out, it was creamy. But then when we stopped down the iris, or when we stopped down our aperture, both of them came in focus. Both of them were in view. It's the same principle. So the biggest thing is you go out there, practice, 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 moving that f-stop number up and down, seeing your results. If you enjoy this, please don't forget to hit that, smash that like button, comment below, subscribe. Make sure you share this video, and always remember to keep shooting and keep capturing those moments that we often miss. I am Jose, aka the Cropped Sensor Photographer. Be blessed.